Hi, everyone. So, another one bites the dust. We lost another cat today, only like a handful of hours ago, and I really hope nobody thinks I'm a psychopath for getting on here hours later talking about my dead cat. Maybe I'll cry, but if I don't judge me. Like, I'm not a psychopath. Um, Fuck, man. Like, pet grief is real. And I've mentioned this like a couple times before, probably, but like, I've lost people in my life, people I've been really close to. And the kind of grief I experience for losing pets is nowhere even close to what I feel for the humans. Feels weird saying that, but like, and those people, like, over the years, I would hear somebody come into work, like a coworker, and they were upset because they had to put their cat or dog down or whatever. And like those fucking rude comments, ignorant about, oh, well, it's not like it was like like a person. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of shoving off the fact that like a fucking pet died, like they're family. And you're the psychopath if you don't think like, it's a big deal that your fucking pet dies. Like, what the hell? I always hated people like that. I always thought to myself, you don't get it. You obviously don't like animals very much, and I would feel like a little bit sad for them. Like, you're missing out on like extraordinary, unconditional love. And I know that's why a lot of us autistic people love animals so much because it's unconditional. Oh, hi, Bitchy. Um, it's unconditional. They don't judge, like they just give you pure love, and all they want is that in return and to be taken care of, you know what I mean? Um, and I connected with animals when I was really young because I felt most connected to them. It felt like I was on like kind of a similar wavelength. Like, I don't know, sounds weird to say, but um, this one was Morpheus. He was the one that we got almost 8 years ago at the last job I had, the one where I just abruptly quit. He was the one, if you've listened to like earlier episodes, he's the one that a client brought into the clinic and was just kind of carrying around this like itsy bitsy little baby. And he was just like so tiny, like so obviously taken from his mother way sooner than he needed to be. Like, because we ended up having to feed him that baby milk or whatever for newborn, like, I don't know what it's called, because that's how like young he was. And she comes in and she was making the rounds, and this client was like trying to offload this cat. And it's kind of taboo to take things from clients. You just kind of don't do it. I broke the rules, and I was convinced by a coworker to do that. So I listened. I broke the rules, and I was like, I will take that cat. Um, so I did. And I remember taking him home. Like, I don't want to go into like, his entire life, but he was like pretty feral because he was taken from his mom, didn't learn social skills. He like attacked, like, he would smack all the other cats that we had. Not all of them, but I think we had like four at the time, and he was our fifth. Um, but yeah, no social skills, just pretty feral. And so he eventually like calmed down and has always been like a solitary cat. Like, um, and I don't know if it's like because of like he's not an orange cat, because I know that I've heard stuff about different cats colors, they have different personalities or something. And like we have Bitchy over here, the gray one. Um, she's nicknamed Bitchy for a reason. And I called Morpheus Krampus because he was like a Krampus. Um, I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind I'm talking about my cat. I just, maybe somebody can relate out there who lost a pet or has lost multiple pets, because that's where I'm at now. But like I used to think he was depressed because he would be in the bedroom all the time, sleeping under the bed or on the bed. And nope, he just liked to keep to himself. He isolated himself from the other cats kind of because, they didn't really appreciate his entrance into the family. Um, that went on for like 2 years before he finally like got some sense. But no, that was just his. I guess it's his sanctuary. He loved it in there, and um, I feel weird for saying this, and I don't mean it to sound like gross or something, but like I cried big time earlier. I'll get into like why we had to put him down, but I mean, I cried for him on and off today, and it's I I do feel sad. I obviously feel sad. I loved that cat, but I didn't have the relationship with him that I had with the previous ones that died, especially Hades. Um I did an episode on that when he passed last April. Um so I don't know if like that maybe plays into why I'm not just bawling my eyes out talking about this cat. I did have to work super hard just to get him to let me like pet him on his back because he never let anybody touch his stomach. And I remember being so proud of myself because it took a while because this cat just didn't know how to exist properly or something. He was just all over the place, but I was just so proud when, he would come to me for pets once in a while, but like 8 years later, he doesn't seek that stuff out. But he sure loves it when you come to him. I don't know. So I didn't really have like like that. I feel like he didn't really let us get to know him completely. Does that sound weird? Because he was just pretty solitary. And then Phil came along 6 months ago, and Morpheus finally had a friend. He finally like had a cat that wanted something to do with him. So he at least got to experience that joy. But like basically the last couple of weeks his behavior's been like really off. And like I'm sitting here thinking maybe he's like in one of his moods because over the years he will get into a mood or like I don't know, a cat did something to him, I don't know, and then he'll just kind of like hide out for a couple of days, sneak out for food and water and to use the litter box, and then slink back into the bedroom. So I thought it was like one of those, and I think it was like a month ago, but 2 weeks ago he started withdrawing a lot. He there was one day he just didn't 2 days he didn't come out for food at all. Wouldn't even eat it like if I brought it to him. Um, but his behaviors were all normal still. Like he was walking around doing this, and then about the last few days, we've noticed that like, we thought that he was constipated. Like, we thought we had to express, like, anal glands. Ugh, have you ever had to do that? We've done that with, like, one of the other cats. But he doesn't let us get near any part of him that's not his back. So, like, he doesn't give a fuck that we're family. He would scratch and bite. He's like, stay away from me. Um, where was I going with that? Oh, the last few days. And I thought he was constipated. And then just, as the days went on, it was it just took a turn real quick to where a couple of days ago we noticed he wasn't able to like walk normally. And then like yesterday he couldn't walk, like his back legs would drag. And I was like, "Oh my God, something's not right." And he's really poofy, like looked like bloated sort of. And so I just had this feeling. I was like, that's not normal. Even if he was constipated, that's not normal. And so I was able to get him in today, and I bring him there. And initially, like things looked fine, but like he put the cat on the table, the vet did, and would like lift his tail up and then like it would just fall down. Like Morpheus couldn't feel his tail. It was like he was paralyzed, getting paralyzed back there. Um And so they did some x-rays, didn't see anything, I asked them to do blood work just so we can rule out obvious things, and there wasn't anything made like significant in the blood work. And so the doctor was like, well, it narrows it down to it could be a blood clot back there. It could be spinal cord disease. I think that's what it's called for cats. Um, like something is going on back there that only an MRI would probably be able to show. And he was talking about referring him to like a neurological animal specialist person. I didn't even know there was such a thing, but like the way that I understood it and Alicia explained it to me was that he thought something was like neurologically not working well or something happening in his brain that's preventing him from, I don't know, completing a poop or doing shit. I was like, this sounds kind of weird because the cat's been normal behavior wise, like he was still eating yesterday and everything. But I don't know. He was talking about like that would be his recommendation to get an MRI first and then go from there. And then he was like, that's going to cost thousands of dollars. And, like um, we have money for like if a cat had like needed to go in and get something, like we've got some money set aside. We don't have thousands of dollars just laying around. And I don't know that if I did, I would put Morpheus through that because it's just weird. Like, I knew that we were gonna put him down because I ended up texting Alicia from work. I was like, you need to come here because she's been really worried. Um, and she got there and like he explained to both of us like the options, and we both knew that we were gonna have to put this cat down because I don't know, like, he was in so much pain. Like, if you've listened to the Hades episode, it was almost the same way. Like, his stomach, the back, except for the paralysis in his back legs, and, all the potential, like, maybe there's a surgery we'd have to put him through. Or what if, like, they have to keep doing all these different tests to really pinpoint it down? And, like, I don't want that animal to continue to suffer. They don't deserve that. And it's just a weird feeling, like, you feel bad because you don't have that extra money, but then also, on the other hand, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know that we would have done that if we did have all the extra money. Like, I don't know. And I feel like awful for saying that. I just don't want animals to suffer. And, I had a feeling last night when he stopped being able, like, he was dragging his back legs. He couldn't do anything. And I just had this feeling that today was going to go the way it did. And so we decided to put him down. And it's the doctor, the autistic, they're all autistic in there. And I asked him, I said, can you do the narration like you did for like several years ago? Like we had to put a cat down. And the dude sat there and was like, saying out loud everything he was doing. Like, I'm doing this now, then he will explain this part. And like, I think if you're not autistic, you would find that weird. I felt so soothed. Like, yeah, I was bawling my eyes out, but just him talking and filling the air with, the silence or whatever. I don't know how to explain it better than that. I just liked that he did that. And I asked him to do it again. Um, I hope that makes sense. But for some reason, like that's kind of soothing to me, like in the moment when we're saying goodbye to like our pet. So he did that again today. Um, so yeah, like the cat didn't even like he only lived half his life. And I didn't realize that Alicia, like if like how Hades was for me, apparently like Morpheus was that for her. Um, because like they were on the same wavelength. Like he would lay on her before she went to bed. It was like this whole routine, for like years. And um so she had apparently a closer relationship with him than I thought, which I hope that's not weird to say. I just think that, like, I don't know, connections are different. And, oh, do I sound like a psychopath? Anyways, she cried like so much. And I felt so bad for her. I was like, holy shit, I didn't know this cat meant that much to you. Because it's not like she opens up about things like, or thinks, I don't think to ask her stuff like that. So I was like really surprised. Um, but being autistic, so like she just went to bed because she's got work tomorrow. And I was in there like laying down with her, like rubbing her back. And she's like crying pretty hard, and I don't feel sad. Like I don't I cry every day about anything. Like every fucking day I cry about something. So it's not like I'm trying to like stifle my feelings or anything like that. Um and then so we were in there for like I don't know, several minutes, and she wasn't crying until like 5 minutes in. Then her body started shaking. I was like thinking to myself, because I had tea that was steeping. Oh my God. And all I could think about was, I need to take this out at like 7 minutes. And like, then it was like 10 minutes and she's had just started crying. And all I was thinking about was, this tea's not going to taste good. Like, I'll have to redo it. Like, they can't steep forever. Um, so I was like, um, I'll be right back. I just gotta go take care of the tea real quick. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Maybe people would be like, oh, forget about the tea. But like, no. I I was like, excuse me. I'm sorry that like you're really upset right now, but like I need to go take care of my tea and then I'll be back. Like that is just so fucking weird. But I couldn't help it. And it's not like that's like un- I act like that all the time about shit. Like I'm just I mean, I do feel bad that she was crying, and I am sad that we don't have that cat anymore. But like for some reason, like that tea, I really want that tea. So I told her, "You keep crying, I'll be right back." Like what the fuck? Oh God. But anyways, I just wanted to like dedicate a little episode to him. Um, and like while I didn't have as deep of a connection with him as like I had with the other one, like that was my best friend. Like it's just sad, like especially when things go downhill like real quick. This is the third time this has happened. And it's like I've never lost two pets within a year, so that's fucking weird. And then like I'm coming home, and one of the first things I thought about was, oh no, like now I'm gonna have to deal with like the pet grief again, like from the other ones, because like they did love him. Even if two of the three didn't really go near him or have much to do with him, I know that they loved him. And so it's having to just be mindful that, like, there might be some cats that start roaming around over the next few days crying for him. Um, but even though I didn't have like a really deep connection with Morpheus, I still, like, if there's just, I can't explain the way it feels to lose a pet. Um, that's hard to put into words. The pain that comes from that, but I think you guys know what I mean. Um, like even in writing, I couldn't even put into writing like just how terrible it is, like to have to go through like losing your pet. And how like it's so obvious that that kind of pain is just different. I'm not saying it is for everybody. Just for me, it's like so different. The kind of pain that I have, it's like more when it's a pet than it's a human. Um, And, it's just that is what it is. I've not really cared for humans anyways, but except for like autistic humans and neurodivergent humans. But anyways, sorry if this isn't like my normal whatever I sound like episode. I hope I sounded coherent somewhat, but I just wanted to do one. Um, I hope this was helpful in some way for somebody. like if you lost a pet recently, or ever, this will probably resonate a bit. I didn't have a purpose. I just wanted to get on here and chat about the cat for a bit. So if you hanged in this entire time, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I will be back with, um, I don't know, hopefully not another cat death, but I'll be back with another episode soon. Thanks. Bye.